I, I just to add to that, Alistair told me a story about tomatoes in, I think it was tomatoes, maybe it was kiwis in Australia. It was tomatoes that were, he would buy at the local store. Well, they had tomato fields out there where they farmed them, and those tomatoes would go to the north of Australia eh, to a distribution center or whatever. So it went miles away to come all the way back to where they were grown, because that was the way the distribution system was set up. It was insane. And yet there was no way to actually get the local farmer to bring that produce to the store, because it had to go through the distribution center. Now, these to me are, this is an example that is all over the world right now. But I could never understand, why do local farmers markets sell produce at higher prices than the local supermarket? That to me seems not to make much sense. But what you're saying, Mark, is that's because there is a lot of time and effort and energy that goes into producing that food. And, uh, you know, perhaps that's why they're charging those prices. Or is it because they can get away with charging them because they're claiming that this is local produce? Yeah, I don't know. These are systems that
it's the other way around. It's that the mass-produced system isn't paying for inputs.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Right.
Well, okay. I can give you one very specific example of up where I have my cabin in the mountain. And my neighbor, Gloria, she has a couple of cows, and she brings them up the mountain to grazing and bring them home at night, and she milks them only once a day because there's so little milk in them. So she maybe gets some 20 liters per day. Maybe a little bit more once in a while, but yeah. Okay, so she sells me 1 liter of milk for 50 cents. Okay. I tried this for a couple of months, getting the business going of offering natural milk, let's say from cows that only eat grass, no artificial food. Bring that directly to the customer, and or through a bakery or another store. Bringing that liter of milk down the mountain, I had to boil it first, of hygiene, and then put it in a container, a glass container. That's 50 cents. And then if I were to sell it, I couldn't sell it for less than $1.50. And I would need to bring, I don't know how many liters of milk, because it would cost me at least $10 in diesel and engine wear and time just to drive down the mountain and up again. So realistically speaking, that liter of milk needs to cost $2 realistically, and nobody is really making any money at all. None of us.
Right.
Not
right.
The lady milking the cows, not me bringing the milk, not the bakery selling the milk. We are all making like nothing.
Pennies.
Right. Yeah. We're doing it simply because of, let's say, the social aspect of helping this neighbor of mine so she can actually have an income.
Right.
And everybody's clear about that. The bakery is clear about it. The customers are clear about it. They pay $2 for a liter of milk, and anything they can buy anywhere else costs the half, $1 in Ecuador, roughly speaking. And so, okay, we could all start paying much more, $3 for a liter of milk. Then, okay, now it would be sustainable, right? In $2, it's not really sustainable. It's only possible the days that I go down the mountain anyway. Doing it for, And
Right.
that was the problem, but that was why it wasn't sustainable, because I couldn't predict which days I would be able to provide, and so the customers couldn't count on it being accessible. And so things needs to be on a certain level efficient with volume. And that's why if you go to a local farmer who sells carrots at the local market, the time put into it, the travel, standing at the farmer's market, because we're not cooperating, everybody's paying for the truck driving there, everybody's spending time at the stand at the farmer's market, and nobody's really making any money because we're not working together. So if we in that system would have been able to, work together, instead of only bringing milk down, I would also brought the cheese from the other neighbor and the potatoes from the other neighbor. And so we're into the same system of, you need volume, otherwise things gets really crazy.
And your